Good morning, community. Jill here with North Texas Vegetable Gardening Canning Recipes. A little bit of everything. Just made Papa's breakfast and took it back there. You can see it's overcast today. Yesterday, the video where I was cooking bacon, it was nice and sunny and we got up to 76 degrees. Now we are expecting a cold front later on tonight, and it's going to drop us down into the lower 30s and quite possibly wind chills into the 20s. They're not calling for rain, but I think we might get a couple of sprinkles when that front starts to roll through, but we'll see. I'm happy to report that my cabbages are forming some heads, and some of them are pretty tight. Some of them are still a little loose, but this one's real tight. So is this one. So these seem to be doing pretty good, guys. Now, I've not covered them at all this winter, and I'm going to kind of wait and see just how low we go. But so far, we've not really had, we had maybe 3 freezes so far this year, so it's not been anything extraordinary. I have my onions going up here in one of the raised beds. Here's more cabbage in a different raised bed. It doesn't seem to be doing as well as the other, but we're going to leave it here just in case. Carrots are looking pretty good in this raised bed. This is the raised bed that I grow my sweet potatoes in, and I wanted to keep something in it with some of that mycorrhizal fungi, and so we got us some carrots. It's not a big patch, but it's enough. And our peppers in the little high tunnel are still thriving. You can see we have some nice Anaheims in here. Anaheims are one of our favorites. It's the green chilies that you can put in your dips or on sandwiches. But yeah, these seem to be doing pretty good. My Greek oregano is doing good. We've been freeze drying this and putting it back. And our beautiful rosemary. And there's some more Greek oregano. It's all doing fantastic. Now this rosemary should be fine in below freezing temps, especially in this little high tunnel. But if we don't get too extreme, any of the plants that we have outside, and we do have one, should be okay too. It just smells delicious. In the coming week, or coming weeks, so we're about almost 2 weeks out from Christmas, we'll be starting our seeds for our garden and also for our plant sale. And we're going to be growing a lot of medicinal herbs again this year. We've added some to our repertoire, and I'll kind of go over some of that to you to show exactly what we're going to be growing. One of those plants is the mullein. Mullein is excellent for your respiratory tract, especially this time of year. We're also going to be growing some comfrey, which you see I have over there. We're going to do some by seed. This mullein looks a little haggard because we've clipped quite a bit off of it and freeze dried it for some mullein tea for respiratory distress. Greg is working on the big high tunnel, getting ready for the seed table setups. And then we've got to do some cleanup. He's already pulled the tomatoes over there, and then over here we got to get this cleaned up. This is the rosemary plant I have outside. I need to get it some water, but you can see it's doing quite fine, and we've had about 3 freezes. One was pretty hard, the other 2 were just barely. Survival Garden Seeds has a very good herbal collection, the Ultimate Medicinal Herbal Collection. We do use their seeds every year. You can go to their website, but this is the Ultimate Medicinal Herb. It has 36 heirloom seed packets for any of the herbs, especially the high use herbs. So we're excited to get these going. We're going to be doing some milkweed this year, some lavender, some echinacea, along with the milk thistle like we did last year. And so if you have any of these, you want to make sure you stratify them, which means you pop them in the freezer for 2 to 4 weeks, and that helps them germinate a little quicker when it's time to plant. And these are some of my sweet potato slips that I try to keep alive in here. I do change the water out once a week. And it looks like, you know, I'm getting some new leaves, and it looks like everything is looking good. We are super dry here again, and our pear tree is an every other year producer. We didn't get any pears this past year, so in order for us to ensure that we're going to get some pears next year, we have to keep this thing watered throughout the winter and the spring. We have tried for years to get a hedge around the property because, as you can see, people are moving out here by the droves. When we first moved out here, we were the only ones, we were the last ones on the street, but you can see we are populating out here in the country very quickly. Traffic on our road has really increased, and so getting a hedge around the property is pretty important to us. Got to keep everything watered, guys, when we get these dry cold fronts, because they can really hurt your fruit trees and your other trees, your shrubs, anything. These ligustrums are like an evergreen. They stay green year round, but we really want them to get big to get us a hedge around this property. That cold front's not supposed to come through until tonight, guys, but we've got a north wind right now, and it's quite chilly out here. It's much cooler than it was yesterday. Yesterday at this time, we were getting close to already 70 degrees. I'm gonna do something I hadn't done in a long time, and I'm gonna give a shout out to a small channel that she stumbled across my recommended feed with a bologna salad recipe, and that one was a pretty good video for her. The name of her channel is Mamaw Gail, Gail Cook, and guys, it looks like she might be from the Carolinas or from Tennessee, because she's got kind of that eastern southern drawl, but she's just a precious grandma, and she cooks the old-fashioned way, and I just want to give her a shout out. Go check out her channel. Her laugh is just so funny to me, and I just chuckle every time I hear her laugh. Be sure and tell her that I sent you, and if I could offer her any advice, I would tell her to change her channel name to Mama Gail's Kitchen. I think that she would probably do a little bit better, but the name of her channel right now is Mamaw Gail Cook, and it's all one word. So we're going to close up this little high tunnel to maintain the heat, because it is going to get quite cold tonight, and we'll close up the big high tunnel as well. Greg needs to come out here and get her all closed up. Maybe do some watering prior to this cold front that I think is already headed this way. So we still got leaves on the trees. This one's starting to turn a little red. That's my red oak. So long-term forecast are saying that it looks like the La Nina pattern may last through January. And if it does, that could mean another ice storm for us here in North Texas. But we'll see. Now, that's what the National Weather Service is saying. They're saying that maybe December and January we'll stay in a La Nina pattern, and then we're going to go into a neutral pattern. However, there are other forecasters out there, Mark at Hurricane Track, and you may check out his channel. He thinks that La Nina is going to strengthen a little bit, I think, is what I was told, and then maybe we're going to go into an El Nino pattern by May. Now, for us, what that means for us here in Texas, El Nino is a wetter spring and a wetter summer, which I'll gladly take. I believe that I got all my outdoor chores done today. Now I need to get in there and do some house cleaning and finish up some laundry. Wanted to give you guys an update and tell you what some of the herbs are. So some other ones that we're going to be growing are the lemon balm, the bee balm, yarrow, of course chamomile again this year, feverfew. That seems to be coming back in the big high tunnel like it did last year. We got a very nice harvest of that and freeze dried it, and we've got it put away in some jars. Let's see, our comfrey. We're going to be growing some marigolds for insect repellents around our plants. But guys, beef up on your medicinal gardening this year. Oh, of course, marshmallow. As I get closer to planting, I'll do another video. But we'll be starting those seeds by the end of this month, the first week of January. Now, Greg uses heat mats, seed starting heat mats in the big high tunnel on tables. And then if you've watched our setup, he has frames built around the tops of those tables where he pulls down plastic when it gets really cold, and that keeps our plants safe, especially with those heat mats on. And that will allow us to get a jump on our seed starts and on our plant sale. So thank you for stopping by our channel today. If you're new, we ask that you subscribe to the channel. You give us a thumbs up. Let us know what's going on in your neck of the woods, and let us know what seed you're going to be starting soon. We're very interested in where you're at, and we're very interested in when you do your seed starts. So we love you all. We will see you soon. Take care. God bless. Thank you so much for watching.